Kia ora whānau, how's it going? Well, here's a little update before Christmas on what the garden looks like in our backyard. Welcome to Kaitaki Marakai Backyard Gardens. This is Rewa Takahu here. I'll show you what we're doing all around the place. We have got a Christmas in the car park, which is out here tonight. And we've been doing a bit of tidying up, laying down bark. I'll be planting in kumara here. Got one kumara from last year left over. We're just tidying up a little bit around the place. Get out of it, making a mess. Summertime here. So I do this once a year, put down heavy load of bark in my gardens. I'm utilising it because I'm needing to try to find ways of holding moisture in the soil. We're in a kind of a subtropic area here in New Zealand, in Northland. And so when the sun comes out, it just dries up everything, sucks up all the water. One way to do that is mulching or wood chips in your garden. That layers, this layering. And so when it does rain or I use my watering can to water my plants, it just protects and holds the moisture in here. Secondly, I'm wanting to build up the soil. So as this breaks down over the year, and particularly when I come to plant out late autumn and into spring, this wood chips will be broken down and it'll feed the soil, the microorganisms that are inside the soil, and I'll just start slowly getting this nice rich dark soil underneath. And when I want to come and plant, I'll just pull it back, dig a hole, plant it, and just put the wood chips around the soil. It's not a new idea. There is a, if you look up on YouTube, called Back to Eden, there's a principle of covering your ground. Holds the weeds at bay as well, and so yeah, but protects the soil. Yeah. So here's what she looks like. There's my seedlings. Got cabbages, hui, broccoli. Trying to grow some more seedlings to plant out. I harvested my garlics and leeks that were at the back here, and I'm just building this back up, and I'll be planting out some more kumara, which are over there. So yeah, maintenance. Been a little bit slow on the recordings this year. And in part, we've had a bit of not a health scare, but some health issues happened this year that we've been having to take priorities about, and to do with my high hypertension, doing laps last week on Monday. I was feeling dizzy, and so CT scans and a whole lot of medical blood tests and so forth, just to try to figure out what's going on. One of the cool things that we did find out is that there was an event about 13 years ago while I was still in the army, post deployments. Yeah, and it's interesting how stresses can have an effect on the health of your body, and so you've been holding something, the body's been affected by it, and it's, hey, so it is what it is. But they're able to look back. So we're on a bit of a personal health space, just trying to work out what that looks like, and getting on top of stuff. So there's a little bit of adjustments going. doctors. I just had a doctor's and medical. Look at that, doctor's just over the backyard there. And they're pretty happy with way the medication's tracking. So alongside grounding with my feet, not today because I'm out going shopping, but yeah, just grounding in the garden. Oh man, beautiful. So these are all I can plant out my kumara shoots, tupu. This has come up really well. Got a couple of pups over there, and the one that was really ugly looking over there has come up real good. So watering, feeding. I'm going to plant that one out the front. Got some rhubarb donated, so I'll probably put it in there somewhere. Had these lovely flowers over here in springtime. I'm growing my hui up the tree here. So yeah, got kumara growing in here, and then I just sprinkled bark around the outside around it, and again it's just to provide a bit of protection from the soil and the soil. So some say you shouldn't really put bark in your gardens because the carbon component takes a lot of energy out to break it down. As I said, back to Eden, it's kind of following that principle, and at the moment, like, I'll use that as a bit of a walkway, so I'm not actually doing anything in there at the moment. The soil is not doing anything, so I've already put down some blood and bone, a bit of lime, compost under that pile there, and so I'm just letting it sit healthily without it being too exposed to the environment. So when the rain comes, it just falls on there and seeps through. Little gems this year on my Parakori kaupapa. I'm in the last year of that, and so I'm sitting at the full-way stage. Got some potatoes planted out. I put some in a couple of weeks ago. There's some more just coming up through there. I'll then just pile the dirt on, make a bit of a mound like I've done over here. And then what I might do is put one more row in on Monday or Tuesday morning, and where the channel will be, and then that'll be, I'll have 3 rows of potatoes growing there. Got pumpkin along the sideline, going along that fence there. Courgettes, just trying to train it to grow up there. Here's my pups. I thought this had died. I planted a big banana tree there. Autumn, thought it died, but no, got some pups that have come up. Did you know that bananas are actually herbs? And yeah, it's a herb, a type of herb. Some nice lettuces down here. I'm trying to grow some rosemary. I need to smell it. Thyme, no. Rosemary, yes, I think it's rosemary. Basil, no, not basil, I don't know what basil is. Oh. Memories again. And tomato grew up. Look at that. So it must have been a tomato that fell there. Just grew. So I staked it. We had all our lettuces. We've been having a lot of lettuces. That's been nice. Spinach. Yeah. So I'll be changing it. I'll be planting out some lettuces. I'm going to have to cover it because the birds get in there and it's terrible. Making a mess. Worm farm, keep filling up the worms, giving them kai. Oh, worm juice, fertilizer, getting the tomatoes, and just kind of keep an eye on the tomatoes again, pulling out these little shoots that grow. But there's a few little tomatoes there, spring onions, and there's some more rhubarb. Oh, sorry, rhubarb there, bananas, Māori potatoes, strawberries. Got some strawberries at the top there. Two taikuri. Lavender. Is it lavender? Oh, we. Wario. Lemon tree's doing good. No fruit on here yet, so we're not near autumn. So this is an autumn fruiting tree. My feijoas. And I'm growing some ginger here. I think there's some ginger. Look at it. It's starting to come through. So I harvested ginger in winter, cut it back, and we're making some ginger beer, trialing it out. But here is some ginger in there. So this is a second generation. It'll grow up, produce more ginger, store some, grow some more, and then we'll just keep multiplying it. Those are a mixture of leeks, spring onions, garlic. So we're going to let that dry out. I'll leave it. Yeah, this is our backyard garden. Doing a bit of work. Been a bit slow on it. We went overseas for a trip, and had to, as you'll have seen from previous videos, had to do a bit of work to kind of bring it back into being managed. But yeah, personal health. Looking after the heart, getting physically fit again. You got to do these things. You know? Let potatoes come through. Earlier, just letting the lands sit. It was a big garden that we used. A lot of kumara, a lot of potatoes. We had tomatoes along here last year. Gonna mulch all this down, and eventually, once we get the fence done, this will probably become an area we will have some chickens. Yes, got some strawberries growing over there. Boys doing the barbecue, pulled pork for a barbecue tonight. So yeah, kumara down. We were out to the Papakainga yesterday on the Mahi Ngā Kai project on Mātua block, and tied it up around our fruit trees, and they all held over winter. So now we've got permanent fruit trees growing. We want to firstly say thank you to Waiatua Trust and Kaikohe Raumarama Community Trust for the work that they've there. But we're out there, the boys and I and some of the whānau on the land, just trimming the areas, tidying up around the trees, and I put bark around the trees, and we're going to put some more bark along the swales. Again, it's just building up the health of the soil, whilst also putting coverage on there. So I'll do a video probably on Monday. Yeah, some more bark in there just to cover it, just to make it a little bit heavier, so when the birds see the birds get in. Take up my peas. I'm testing. But this site is all organic, no sprays. I've got in here, just to recap, I've got seaweed tea per se, so I use that sometimes. I've got in that one there a comfrey tea, which I believe is that. And then I've also used my wainoke, which is my worm juice, and I've got worm poop in there. So I'll plant out my vegetables, and I'll use a bit each time, so I'll break it up into 3 bits. If you look back on my worm farm and my fertilizing and building up soil health. You'll see some clips that I've used of that, so you can have a look back. Harvested those kumaras. Actually, have a look at that. So I'm just really just giving an update on what we're doing around here. So here's my tupu or kumara shoots, and look at that, it's got roots. I'm sitting in water. They came from over on my tāpapa over there, and they're actually ready to plant out. But as a seed, I've had a little bit of a, just got to maintain my health, manage my health spaces. Last Monday I was at the gym doing bench press, and I dropped the bench press on my chest, 60 kilograms, and man, it's thrown me a little bit. My chest a little bit sore. I was actually harvesting and planting out a little bit. It's quite energy sapping. Look at those ones. Looking all key. Give it some fertilizer, room juice, spray water around. That's stuff taken, growing up. And what I'll do at the front is over there, I'll do the same along that edge. Probably do twos. Run out. I'm going to plant some of the raised beds over here. Some in the process of just adding soil in, because garden raised beds obviously compress over the year, so you have to keep building up soil health there. Hoi anō whānau. Look after yourselves, both mentally, physically, spiritually. Look after your health, look after your whānau, take care for each other. Hey, man, there's some ugly stuff that's been going on in the world. Hatred, violence, murder. How about we go into the new year caring for people, loving people, you know? I come from a faith perspective. I believe in Jesus as the Son of God, and He's the demonstration of the love of the Father towards humanity. So, yeah, so I come from that perspective. That God loves humanity, doesn't matter who we are or where we're from, and as long as we repent and ask for forgiveness for things that we've done in the past that may have offended Him or others, He'll cleanse us, make it right, and we're here to leave the world in a better place, not destroy it, not take away, but add, like we're planting, that thing there. Start growing in circles, and each year we cut one out, banana grows, cut one out, banana grows. Oh yeah, I'll show you this. Anyway, love your families, love each other. That's what these are, I think. They'll grow. Got a few in there. Well, I found it. If you're in Kaikwe, not doing anything tonight, which is the 19th, come down to our car park and have a barbecue with us. Christmas barbecue. Dessert, carols, a bit of breaking of bread and fellowship. Not too bad, Awesome. Okay.